Cherry School District Board of Directors for Monday, June 26th, of order. Roll call, Mr. Ellis.
Mr. Allen.
Present.
Mrs. Calhoun.
Here.
Ms. Stover.
Here.
Ms. Edwards.
Here.
Mrs. Grant. Mr. Kinley.
Here.
Mrs. Petrowski.
Here.
Mrs. Stemple.
Here.
Mrs. Thomas.
Here.
8 members present, 1 absent.
Next will be the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty, with indivisible liberty and justice for all. Next, we have approval of the minutes for May the 8th, 2023 regular meeting, May 15th, 2023 for Capital Projects Committee meeting, and May 22nd, 2023 regular meeting. May I have a motion for A through C?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Not in favor, like sign. Motion carries. Next is approvals for the Treasurer's Report, May 2023 Treasurer's Report, and May 2023 Investment Report. May I have a motion for A and B?
So moved. Second.
Questions or concerns?
I just want to let you know that we did do a capital reserve investment beginning of June. You'll see that in the June investment report. We did a $750,000 one-year CD. That's about half of the value of the capital reserve. Keep in mind, we have basically about $500,000 committed to Salisbury Reef Project, which will leave us about $250,000 of liquid assets. We do have a CD maturing at the end of the week. We will probably be renewing that either tomorrow. Rates are still looking good, rates are still holding, so we'll probably do another 12-month CD this week prior to the end of the year.
Clarification, how long did you say the capital project CD was?
1 year.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Not in favor, like sign. Motion carries.
Patrice, Mrs. Dobler, and Mrs. Petrowski.
Moving on to approval of the bills of $2,847,663.07. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Anything you'd like to add, Ben?
Nothing real crazy with the bills this past month. The biggest thing is you'll see a large void in there. That's for Sugar Valley Rural Charter School. We caught the wrong amount on that check before we mailed it. The other thing to note is in the general fund month-end bills, there was a payment to Apple of just shy of $230,000 that is funded with one of the ESSER's amounts for iPads.
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Not in favor, like sign. Motion carries. Presentations, communications, Dr. Ulmer.
I just want to point out to the board to pay attention to your emails. Been getting a lot of emails lately from PSBA about the Opportunity Scholarship Tax Credit Bill. They've been asking for our advocacy, so please notice those emails. That's all.
President's report, we had an executive session held before the meeting at 5:45 for purpose of legal, personnel, and safety. Anything from the IU, Jesse?
Not at this time.
Thank you. Superintendent's report.
I'm going to start by pointing out that the bullying policy is on the agenda under my report because you are required to look at that every couple of years as a safe schools requirement. There are no changes noted. I'm not recommending any changes, but I'm putting it on for presentation prior to you voting on it, because you do have to have an action on it every 2 years as a safe schools requirement. When we go to file that report with the state, they will look and see when the last time was that you approved your bullying policy to make sure we're meeting that requirement. So it's on there. Take a look at it. If there's any language that you would like to see updated before you have to take action on it, but I did put a copy on the agenda. I also put a copy of the draft comprehensive plan on the agenda. We've been working, Dr. Osenbach and I have been working with a committee to discuss that and look at the draft of that over the last few months. Many of you have some of you were on that committee and gave input on that plan as it was being drafted. It's here tonight for the board to review. It's attached to the agenda for the public. You will take action on that at the July meeting. Tomorrow we will have to post that so that it's on display for the required number of days before you take action. But I'm putting that on there tonight for all of your input. The committee gave input, but it's there tonight as draft. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Osenbach to talk about the paraprofessional job descriptions.
With the help of some other administrators, I updated the paraprofessional job description mainly because it was very generic and very targeted just towards special education. And we have different categories of paraprofessionals. We have 3 different categories that we have on 3 different pay scales. So Dr. Almer and I both thought that it was appropriate to make sure that the job descriptions fit the actual jobs. The other thing that I did was there was a health room assistant job description already in place that I believe you approved back this past January. But I did update that just a little so that it is in line with the format of the other paraprofessional job descriptions. And then I think I added a little bit of wording, I think with the QBS training, I might have put that in there, I can't remember specifically. But there's just a little bit of wording that's updated. So they're there for you to look at, and then I believe Dr. Ulmer to take action next board meeting, correct?
Correct. So if there's anything that you see that sticks out to you as needs adjusted, let me or let Dr. Osenbach know before we write the next meeting agenda. And last thing under my report is the wellness policy, and I'm going to recognize Mr. Enders.
This is just a simple report that Dr. Allmer and I reviewed the wellness policy. We're not recommending any changes. I believe our triennial assessment will be upcoming soon for our wellness policy, so we'll be going through that process in the near future.
That's my report.
And Ben, does that have to be done on a yearly basis? What is this?
The wellness policy?
Yeah.
The review has to be reviewed annually.
Okay.
We thought it was important, since we're required by policy to review it annually, that we told you we did it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Next is courtesy of the floor, which there are no sign-ups for that, so we'll move on to personnel items. We have appointment of Nicole White as part-time food service position at Salisbury Elementary. Michelle Moore as a volunteer coach for cross-country. And Eric Scott as a volunteer boys JV varsity basketball coach effective 2023-2024 school year. The retention of the following spring sports head coaches for the 2023-2024 school year. Robert Fox, boys and girls track. Chris Lorson, softball. Anne Marie Dincher, boys tennis. Appointment of Gertrude Wagner to Act 93 Student Data Coordinator position effective July the 10th, 2023. Salary will be prorated for the remainder of the 23-24 school year. Accepting a letter of resignation from Todd Nagy as homebound instructor effective June the 14th, 2023. Appointment of Olivia Stemler to the learning support teacher position at Jersey Shore Elementary, Bachelor Step 1, effective August the 15th. Appointment of Ella Simcox to an English teacher position at the high school, Bachelor Step 3, effective August the 15th. Appointment of Dominic Braglione to a guidance counselor position at the middle school, Master Step 1, effective August the 1st. Appointment to Alice Barnes to an emotionally autistic support teacher position at Jersey Shore Elementary, Master Step 3, effective August the 15th, 2023. Appointment of Zach Sloan to a social studies teacher position at the middle school, Master Step 1, effective August the 15th. Appointment of Aubrey Leone to a physical education teacher position at the middle school, Jersey Shore Elementary, Bachelor Step 1, effective August the 15th. Appointment of Dr. Tara Bagliagla, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, to the Act 93 Middle School Assistant Principal position, effective June the 27th, with an annual salary of $97,000. The salary will be prorated for the remainder of 22-23 and shall remain the same for 23-24. That will be a roll call vote. Appointment of Amanda Shadle as a volunteer cheer coach effective June the 27th. May I have a motion for A through N?
Motion.
I'll second.
Madam President, I would like to abstain from voting on letter G under personnel for a conflict of interest.
Okay, thank you. Questions or concerns?
I have a concern about M, starting salary, not with the person themselves, but the starting salary, I feel it's too high.
Any other questions or concerns?
I would just like to say, especially since some of our principals are here, that this was a huge task that all of these interviews were accomplished in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. It seems like forever. But they spent a lot of time in interviews, and thanks to the board members who participated and helped us make some of these decisions. It was a lot of work. Kim Holter made a lot of interview packets and made a lot of phone calls, and we sat in a lot of interviews, but I think we have a great group of new staff members.
I do too. It's just, I think the starting salary is too much.
What do we have left? at this point?
CTE is
Okay.
it.
Just-
We have a couple paraprofessional openings that we're scheduling interviews for, but we had the final round for CTE today, so they weren't on the agenda.
Okay. All those in favor from A through L and N, say aye.
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 All those not in favor for the same, like sign. Motion carries. Mr. Enders, may we have a roll call for letter M?
Mr. Allen,
Yes.
Mrs. Calhoun,
Yes.
Ms. Stobler,
No.
Ms. Edwards,
Yes.
Mr. Kinley,
No.
Mrs. Petrowski,
No.
Mrs. Stemler,
No.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Motion failed, 4-4.
Moving on to curriculum instruction. 21st Century Classroom, JSOL MOU draft for the 23-24 school year. as an attachment. The wrong attachment was put on the last board minutes. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
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 Not in favor, like sign. Motion carries. Nothing on building and grounds. Letter H, finance, adoption of multi-county school board resolution urging changes to mandatory millage rebalancing requirements as interpreted under the school code section 672.1. Corrected homestead farmstead resolution as it pertains to the 2023 real estate taxes. Correction to the homestead farmstead access values listed on page 9 contained in the final budget for 23-24 as presented on PDE 2028. May I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
You want to give us just a quick explanation here, Ben?
No, the assessed values of the homestead farmstead were calculated incorrectly by me.
Typographical.
It was a straight blunder. And unfortunately, those amounts are listed on page 9 of the budget. The budget, cannot make this clear enough, total revenues, total expenditures did not change. The millage rates that you voted on last meeting did not change. The only thing changing is the assessed value of homestead farmstead. So my apologies to the board.
Can you explain what this resolution is all about?
So the resolution is a resolution sponsored by PASBO, the Pennsylvania Association of School Business Officials. In essence, what it's doing is it's stating that the current state of the rebalancing process that this district and all multi-county districts go through is unfair. It's supporting a concept of if one county goes up 2%, the other county goes up 2%. In some of the literature I shared with you, it talked about what happened with us this year, where Lake County County was rebalanced, albeit a small amount, but in Clinton County, those millage rates were reduced. I would say, in summary, it gives you, as the local board, local representatives, more authority to say, we want a 1.5% increase. And it's a 1.5% increase to both millage rates in both counties equally. That's a summary.
Question?
Just for clarity to the public, this is a resolution. It's not enacting anything.
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Not in favor, like sign. Motion carries. Miscellaneous. A letter of agreement between Jersey Shore Area School District and New Story State College for a student educational placement. An agreement with Pediatric Services of America, LLC, DBA, Havana Healthcare to provide nursing services from July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. The administration to place the following items to sale on the municipalbid.com. If no bids are received, items will be disposed of. Basically, they are projectors. A letter of agreement between Jersey Shore Area School District and Lycoming County Joiner Board of School-Based Outreach and Student Assistance Services provided to the district by the Joiner Board for the 23-24 school year. Nancy Petrosky, Board Treasurer, is waiving the treasurer's stipend for the 23-24 term. May I have a motion for A through E?
So moved.
Second.
Any of these you want to give us a little explanation on?
The news story agreement is a renewal. Letter A, letter B is also a renewal so that we can continue to provide those nursing services. Letter D is your school-based outreach worker that the county is partially funding.
I don't need to abstain from that right now.
Any other concerns or questions?
I just want to address Ms. Petrowski's question. I guess I would need to understand what conflict there would be for you to vote on something.
This is her,
It's her waiving her money.
Oh, okay, I thought that,
No.
no, not at all.
I don't have to, okay.
No, we've always done that.
Yeah.
Anything else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Not in favor, like sign. Motion carries. Nothing's under old business unless someone wants to bring up something. Hearing nothing, move on to courtesy of the floor. This courtesy of the floor is for public comment on non-agenda items. State your name, address, and identify what you would like to address. You will have 3 minutes. Anyone like to have courtesy of the floor? Seeing none, there will be a short executive session on personnel after this
I
meeting.
was gonna say, do we need to do an executive session
I
for
told her
personnel?
There will be no business taken after that meeting, so next is an adjournment. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All right, this meeting is officially adjourned. The public meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you.